Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Got a few more people in the waiting room. I do want to keep today's call to like an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half. We've been going up to 2 hours lately. And I do have another engagement at like 4:55. So we'll try and keep it until 4:30 max. And if I end up having, if I don't get to you on the call today, then maybe I can just DM you and finish up, reviews and stuff like that. So hopefully though, we'll get through everybody. Let's see. Let's get started with Grant. What are you working on?
Sabah, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. How's your week been?
Week's been going pretty good. Just got
Good.
started on that, converting that calorie density article into an advertorial.
Right.
So this is kind of, I just started this morning. So just kind of looking for some feedback on where I should go with the headline complex. And then I wrote out the lead and kind of rolling into where I would reveal the kind of the mechanism being calorie density.
Okay. And are they good? Is this running on Facebook?
I think that's the plan.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing you have to be careful with the Facebook side is, the claims about weight loss and like the 100 pounds, losing 100 pounds is probably not going to fly.
Gotcha.
So there's some compliance stuff to be wary of, even with the advertorials. But I mean, you can change it. So how people are losing, a pound a week.
Okay.
How Americans are losing a pound a week, or don't even say pound a week, just say how Americans are slimming down using the simple food volume strategy. Something like that is a bit more compliant.
That makes sense.
You can say things like slimming down, losing dress sizes, losing pant sizes. I'm trying to think of some other compliant ways. Yeah, we covered that there's a compliance training in the members area where we really went through like the health and weight loss verbiage that you can use for weight loss, for actually losing weight. So I would refer to that. Yeah, I like the food volume strategy. I mean, you could even do something like a diet-free solution, right? Because it's technically not a diet.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's not a diet. That's really
Right.
good.
And that would be compliant as well. So since this is a first person, the title could actually be like from a first person account, right? Like how I did XYZ.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
You really like long form, huh?
Yeah, I have a problem with writing a whole lot, but
Okay, so these are just your notes.
yeah, that's just kind of where I plan to go after it, like introducing the concept of calorie density and leveraging the article that they've already written, and then
Gotcha.
going into the solution, trying to figure out the best way to go from. So obviously with calorie density, fruits and vegetables are the lowest calorically dense foods.
Right.
More plant-based diet is the way to go, but then you don't want to be too restrictive about it. And then I found a bunch of articles that this woman wrote around like the culture of perfection and like different vegan and vegetarian groups. And I know that's a lot of things that people struggle with, is like the restrictiveness of it. And that's kind of the point of this brand, is that they don't make it super restrictive. They like really ease you into it. And there's a lot of coaching and accountability around it. So
I think you could still convey that, but just do it in a much shorter way. So you could just say, and it doesn't require being a perfectionist, being super restrictive or something like that. Like you could literally just say it in a paragraph, because with the advertorials, because where is it going? Where's the click going to?
So I think the reason that I made this longer was this is kind of going to be a hybrid advertorial mini sales page, because it's either going to go to a quiz or it's just going to go straight to the free trial for the app.
Right. I mean, the quiz would be a good segue out of this,
Gotcha.
but really, like your advertorials, you know, if you're going to a quiz, basically you got to build up enough intrigue that what is this, you know, like diet-free solution? You know, how is it going to be like super easy for me to do it? Let me take this quiz. What is the CTA? Like take this quiz to get your personalized plan.
Yeah, I think so. On the actual article itself that's what it is.
Yeah. So it would be something like, now you don't even have to go through all the guesswork to create a plan. Now here's an easy way to do it. You know, take this free quiz to get your personalized plan.
Gotcha.
It's sort of like, yeah, it's almost like you're presenting an intriguing concept, this idea of this diet-free solution. You know, like the fruits and veggies are the answer, but what they don't know is that like you need an actual meal plan for it to work.
Right.
And
You
then,
can just wing it. And then
yeah,
creating the plan is really hard. People try to do it by themselves. But
exactly,
they know what you're
exactly.
doing.
And then here's an easy solution. And then the solution is get your personalized meal plan, right?
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. That's really the key with advertorials. Like you have to, you know, you have to get their attention with an interesting idea or concept or new, you know, new way of doing things or amazing study or newsworthy item. And then segue into like, hey, if you're interested in learning more or you want this for yourself, do XYZ. And that takes them to the quiz.
Gotcha. So as far as like the copy that's already there, is there any big things that I should change just aside from making it shorter?
I think just shortening it, like you'll need to get to your key points in this, you know, faster. So I don't know if the story, like you'll have to like rework, you know, how much of the story you share and
Right.
like the different sections. But I mean, you're on the right track. You're just like, you've just extended it, right? So
Okay.
just yeah, just try and bring it back down to like a shorter and tighter transitions, because all you really want to do is get them to be intrigued by this idea, you know, build up this concept that they've never heard this before. This is something new. You know, people who are slim are already doing this. It's like this secret, right? And
Right.
then here's how you can do it too.
Okay. Gotcha. So just be shorter about it. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but otherwise you're on the right track. You really go into great detail, which is very good, you know, but I think the next step is going to be to like rein all that in and
Right.
you know, turn it into like that final piece.
No, that makes sense. Do you have like a suggested word length so that way it makes it easier for me to cut it when I know kind of around what it should be, or is it just kind of just make it shorter or as short as possible?
Yeah, I mean, I've done advertorials that are like 400 words, 1,000 words, you know, probably the longest I've done is like 1,800 words. So,
Okay.
and that's like a full on because they didn't have a very strong sales page. So it
Yeah,
was,
that's kind of the way it is with this, is there's not really a strong sales page, but I guess since the quiz is kind
it's a
of
quiz. Yeah,
should be a
it's a
lot
free
of work.
quiz. So you don't need to push a lot because you're not really selling right away. I mean, the quiz, I'm guessing you should probably look at the quiz though to see if it's, you know, like does a
I
good
think
job.
what the quiz does really well is it like hyper qualifies and like sees if they're actually interested in
Right.
like having a plant-based diet. Because then if they are, like it makes the offer like super obvious.
Right. Yeah, so I would just focus on selling the click to the quiz. Don't
Gotcha.
worry too much about the, um, you know, the end sale because you've got the angle, right? Like the right people who are qualified for the meal plan will still resonate with this angle and story.
Right.
Hope that helps.
Yep. Very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Kate is back.
Sabah, what is happening?
Hey, how are you?
Well, I have another win and I promise I'll post it. But these same people that I'm writing all this skincare stuff for, we're in the middle of negotiating a 5-figure project.
No way.
They want me to write like 50 to 75 emails for a new product they're bringing out.
What?
Yeah, so I need you to review a shit ton of these emails, I'm guessing. So let's get good at this. But anyway, so they're 4 leads. It's for, it's actually like a collagen supplement.
Okay.
for skin. But I just wanted your feedback really on like first lines to see if like they said to me that it's being very catchy and what's been working is by having a question, even if it doesn't necessarily relate to the ad. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure like basically compliance, because that's my weakness. I just get a little carried away.
Right. But you're not, this isn't going to be an actual Facebook copy, right?
No, it's a video.
Right, right. You can be a little bit more, Facebook doesn't actually scan the videos.
Okay.
So even if you were a bit more aggressive in the videos, as long as the copy, like the physical copy sitting on the ad isn't exactly the same, then you could probably get away with a lot more.
Yeah, I don't
I hate
mind.
to say it like that because it's like we're trying to like circumvent, the rules, but that's the truth.
Well, our goal is to sell the product, so
Right.
I mean, we should get away with it. Anyway, so there's like a whole bunch of like testimonials. So like I said last week, the stuff that's actually like Alec whatever clip, I can't change that. But I'm just trying to
Yeah.
like make sure my copy is like tying into that. So
Yep.
just
Okay.
curious to see what you think if you want to just do a quick scan.
Yeah. What's the true cause of aging skin after 45?
I wasn't sure if I could say age just because of them thinking like, oh my God, do they know my age kind of thing? But
Oh, no. I've done that, especially for the 35 plus market. It's like everywhere. It's for the gut health. It's for weight loss. It's, what happens to your metabolism after 30, that kind of thing. So I wouldn't worry about with that because it's like you're just posing a question, like what happens to aging skin after the age of 45? Like, it's
Yeah.
just like a question for the general public.
yeah, absolutely. Cool.
So when Alex and you want to pay attention to these first few lines?
Yeah, I mean, just, I think that's the key, right? Is the headlines, getting them in.
Sorry, there's a couple of people in the waiting room. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I would just make this a lot more stronger. Like when Alec turned 55, she was horrified by the wrinkles she was seeing in the mirror. I mean, you don't have to use the word horrified, but I would really emphasize like the horror, right?
I mean, I think horrified is great, actually.
Because you want to emphasize that point where she was realizing, God, these are really, I can't hide it with makeup anymore. The wrinkles are so obvious. And of course, it's making her feel self-conscious, but really, something like that.
Okay, yeah. All right, I like that.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't that harsh? Like, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
that's why I chose Alec. I mean, I got a choice of the people, right? There's a whole bunch of these people.
Okay. What is this?
So that's the secret, Sabah. You have to buy the product to find out, okay?
Is that what it's called?
No, it's called Total Beauty Matrix.
Oh, okay.
We call it the kindergarten simple quick fix. Like that's what the other guy who wrote the VSL came up with. So I'm just tying it
I
in.
see. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I have on that one. And
Okay,
then
cool.
Age Secret. I would say skin rejuvenation secret, right? Or like anything that says younger looking, like implying that it's because you're saying 63-year-old and you're implying that she keeps it looking young, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, she looks. I mean, I actually haven't seen the footage of these people, but he said they're all kind of models. Like, well, they look like models. So
I mean, I would, yeah, want to know the 63-year-old secret to looking 10 years younger, 20 years younger, whatever, just because you're bringing the age into this.
yeah, because I think there's actually footage of her saying she looks 10 years younger or something.
There you go. Oh, this is good. I
Yeah,
don't know if
that's
you came up with that or
that's the UM for this product.
nice. Yeah. Then aging hormones, white skin.
I wasn't sure if experts or scientists would sound better. I don't know what you think, but
Scientists, if you're talking about hormones.
okay.
Yeah. I like this hook a lot. That's good because people are probably going to assume these things, right?
Yeah, are those things relatable, do you think? I mean, I can't really say like, I tried sunscreen last week, but they were like, no, that's not really gonna work. So
I mean, why does it get blotchy after 45? It's not genetics. It's not your lifestyle. I mean, genetics is the biggest one, right?
yeah.
Because people know that if it's in their genes.
And I just thought also cleanser, because people like think that their cleanser makes their face dry. But really, it actually is menopause. Like menopause, Jesus, God help us all, but like it fucks everything up. All the
Right.
time.
Yeah, the hormones angle is solid.
Okay, cool.
And then Botox alternative.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had these other random ideas for the first line, but then I found this other one and thought maybe experts really agree it's an alternative.
I know Facebook went through this phase of like being really sensitive about the word Botox and like everything was getting flagged. I don't know if they've managed to get stuff passed through without that now, but so I would be careful. Like I would just say injectables or you know, like the muscle freezing injectables, because that's technically what it is. And then people will know that you're talking about Botox.
Okay, I'll add that in. I mean, they can choose.
They can decide. Yeah, I don't know, because if they've had stuff approved before, then it won't be an issue. But I know I had a client that we could never get it, and it was literally, it wasn't even an ad. It was one word on their landing page, and it was like buried somewhere in the middle of the page. But
Wow.
we sent it to the, you know, the Facebook people. Like we had access to one of those. What is the word? I'm like totally. What's that? The rep, the Facebook rep. Yeah, and he like picked out the word Botox in the middle. It's in the middle of the landing page, so that would be my recommendation on that one.
Okay. Just the one highlighted. I wasn't sure if I mean, sorry, there's like two options here. Like not only wrinkles, like I don't know if that first one made them feel bad. That's why I was like checking compliance. And then so I kind of rewrote it.
I mean, you're just stating a fact, right? Like wrinkles, fine lines, and crow's feet can make you could just say, can make you look years older than your real age, your true age.
Okay.
Or
I
just
first one
add years to your appearance.
Okay.
You hear that a lot, you know, cosmetic companies say that all the time.
Mhm.
And again, remember, this is a video script, so Facebook is not going to scan the video script.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so it's just these 4.
Yeah, just those 4.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. Well, congrats on the emails.
Yeah, I know. I'll keep you posted. I promise I'll post Sabah, and I will be
Good.
returning to more skincare. So we've got to like start crushing this.
Yeah, that's great. And this was the referral from Stefan, the same client?
Yeah, same client. Like, yeah, I'm part of the
Nice.
team. So it's pretty exciting.
That's awesome. Well, good work.
Thanks so much, Sabah. I appreciate all your help.
Of course. Josh.
Yes. So
What
this
do
is
you
this is the sales letter that kind of goes in tangent with the Facebook ads that were from last week.
Okay.
So I tried adding more compelling stuff in it than before. It's not finished yet. I'm still writing it, but I wanted to get your thoughts on the angle and if it's compelling or not with what I have so far before I write the rest of the copy.
And what is the product again? Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, it's a PDF report on how to improve your confidence.
Okay, got it. I really like the alpha switch concept. So, you know, the thousands, I would just say thousands of men around the world are using this new alpha switch to increase confidence, comma, something, 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 comma, and something, something, something. So you're basically spelling out the benefits. So it could be like increasing confidence, improving their relationships, and what else do you have in here? Like whatever the, and I don't know, maybe you could talk about self-worth. Just like, I would just spell out all the benefits right up there.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
How you two, yeah, with the simple, what is it? Like what's the
Are you-
15-minute shortcut?
I don't know yet. I'm talking with the off-roader to see what we can come up with
Oh, okay.
for that. I think because you mentioned something about having an exercise people can do, that they work through like what their values are and come up with, you know, what they're worth based on objective observations. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, so is it like some sort of like worksheet or something?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. This is really good. Nice lead. I might just say eating away at them from the inside out,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, instead of actually literally eating them.
I just visualize like the alien inside. I mean, here I would just do something like, you know, turning on this alpha switch can do X, Y, Z, right? Or
Flip your alpha switch to,
right, to achieve whatever benefit right here. Oh, and then you got the alpha code report. So I wonder if there's an alpha code, maybe you can use the alpha code in your subhead so that it's not a double on the alpha switch. You know, you could say something like discover the alpha code that can turn your life around with
did you put code in the headline or in the subheadline?
the subhead. Well, because yeah, I would do it in the subhead because the code is the report, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because the switch is like the mechanism. So you would basically be saying, you know, discover this unique mechanism and then now find out how to use the alpha code to turn your life around with this shortcut solution or whatever. Yeah, really good job.
Okay. I changed the headline up a little bit with your suggestion. Discover how inside the alpha code and turn your life around with this 15-minute shortcut.
Or you could say discover how the alpha, something along the lines of discover how the alpha code works and turn your life around with this. Well, you've got to basically, is the alpha code report the actual exercise or is that something?
It's the title of the report or the exercise document.
It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called we're naming the report the alpha code.
Okay.
The thing that describes how the process works.
Okay, so you could say discover the 15-minute alpha code to turn your life around, right?
Yeah.
Or the 15-minute alpha code shortcut, like, because you got to emphasize that it's a thing. Yeah. I'm going to check the comments in the chat and see if there's any recommendations. Yeah, Krista says report reveals. Yeah, discover the alpha code or report reveals the 15-minute alpha code. Yeah. Yeah. Does that help?
Yes, that helps.
Okay, sweet.
Thank you.
Nice work. Hamad.
Hey, Sabah, how you doing?
Hi, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good.
So this is a vertical jump program.
Is this Chris?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Do you know him he's local, you know that?
Yeah, you know what? I actually realized that. I just moved to Tampa, so I'm like, oh man, so many like internet marketers and fitness people here.
Yeah, I know him. He's here and he has his places in St. Pete. So you should let him know that you're in the area because I'm sure he'll like meet up with you.
That's a good idea. So basically, I already got the lead checked, so I think I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I finished a sales letter. Basically what I want to do is look at the unique mechanism. Let me see where it was. I just want to make sure I'm not too wordy or boring when I start explaining the science part.
This is really good. Did you do this, or was this from Chris?
Oh, no, it's me.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I guess I stumbled upon a forgotten doctor's research on page 8. That's kind of where like the story discovery part is. And then on page 9, the real reason, that's where the unique mechanism really starts.
Oh, nice. Okay. So like most people, I never knew that. Most people don't know that there are 2 calf muscles.
I'm just making sure they follow.
So, well, your neurons don't activate. So you're saying the neurons don't, basically you're saying the exercises that most people do for like lower body don't activate these, is it the fast twitch fibers?
Yeah, basically, it's more that not just the exercise they're doing, but our lives. I explain, I think later maybe, where basically our lifestyle, sitting on our butts and all that, our muscle fibers aren't as active, so we have to activate them, right?
Okay.
So basically, the problem is they're dormant. It's because of neuromuscular inhibition, and then the
Nice.
unique mechanism, the solution is activating them with isometrics.
Got it. Okay. Did you come up with this too?
That's actually a pretty common word.
Really?
Yeah, so I didn't come up with that.
That's really good. Solid. Yeah. I mean, this is how you tie it together. It's like, let me see where you go with the,
Yeah, and now the
okay, so isometrics.
solution. Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
Yeah, this is really good. What a great way to like break down the problem and introduce a solution. This is, yeah, Chris is known for this vertical jump. He's got like this whole program and like advanced program for, and he trains like elite athletes and stuff.
Mhm.
It's, this is what he does. And so that's really cool. You should get out and meet him. He's got like a whole gym.
Cool, I'll set that up.
Yeah, nice work. I don't see anything wrong with this.
Dang, all right. Thank you, Sabah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Amber.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
So I am, first of all, I submitted those emails, those e-com emails that you helped me with. Was it last week? I think
Yes,
so.
yes. How did that go?
The agency absolutely loved them.
Nice.
The follow-up, I did another, I'm doing a total of 30 emails, and I did 10 more and got tons of love. And so we just have to hear back from the client. So
Awesome, awesome.
suggestions, yeah.
Great work. Gosh, you really have a capacity for like dozens of emails at a time.
I'm really finding I love that. I love
Really?
that.
Okay, I know who to send those types of projects to, because I definitely don't enjoy writing a ton of emails.
Yeah, there's something about my sense of story and arc that really I just love.
That's
and that's why I'm bringing this to you today, because this is such a different style of email.
Yes.
More, that Jared's Plot method.
Right.
And so I'm basically working on Jeremy Reeves's, call out. And yeah, and he really, I came up with 2 angles. One he thought was stronger than the other, and that's the one you're looking at right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find that trying to smoosh it is is where my brain is like struggling hardcore.
You're used to the story. I know the affiliate style is very direct, right? And you just move from one point to another in a very sort of like linear fashion. And I get it because it's not like the style that you usually write.
Right.
But I mean, but you have it right. Like you've got the pace right. So what's the difference between these two?
The two that have the same subject lines are both this pacemaker idea, and the one on top, I feel like I was able to push the problem further to the top than the second one. Because I know, of course, with Jared's method, you want to get that problem in as soon as you can.
Right. So you're talking about heart rhythms. Is Kate still on the call? Or did she drop? Yeah, she is. Kate, you should, this should like be on your radar with your heart radar work that you've done. I don't know if she's still here.
She's maybe here on screen, but her brain is somewhere else.
Okay. I like the idea of the colon's pulse. Because I think most people will like be able to like visualize this concept better with when you mention that.
Okay.
This electrical wave moves poop through the chute, through the intestines. Is that what you should, is that what?
Yeah, I was trying to be playful, but maybe it doesn't work.
Oh, okay. No, I just wondered, was it chute like CHUTE, like an actual?
Oh, that is what I meant, wasn't it?
Okay. Okay. I'll just fix that for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, that makes sense. I like this first one better.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a fun one. I actually sent Jeremy a bunch of ideas as well for this. It was fun to write about poop.
So do you think, the only thing that I wonder if it's a problem is, I know he wanted it tied into that coffee idea. And so I basically took that line verbatim from his control.
Yeah, no, he actually told me not to use anything that's exactly the same as the control, because most people, he said they sent this to like over 100 million people. So they've seen that copy already. So
Okay.
I did the same thing for a couple of these and he asked me to remove it. So it's, I would just change it. So like you can say, add it to your breakfast routine or add it to your morning routine or start your day off with this or do any variation. Just don't do this breakfast, coffee, tea, oatmeal smoothie line.
Okay.
Yeah. So just modify it.
And then the one that's on the bottom is a little bit different. It's actually talking about the neurons in your gut.
Okay.
And this one is the one that he thought was possibly too much of a stretch because there's so much to teach first.
Yeah, with like the microbiome and all of that.
Well, no, it's really that you literally just have neurons. Like you have an insane amount of neurons in your gut. You have like 100 million just in your
Right. Is that true that the neurons are responsible for moving?
Yeah, it's brand new science actually that I have two of the references on the bottom.
Interesting.
And there's a quote there, revealed a novel pattern of rhythmic coordinated, can't say that word, firing.
Huh. I see. Yeah, I see what Jeremy's saying too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might require just like a longer explanation, right?
Right, which doesn't necessarily fit the style they're going for, if I'm understanding.
I mean, if you just kept it more light and like with the second brain, I think a lot of people know that the gut, there's a lot of stuff out there now about how the gut is like your second brain and, your emotions are linked to gut health as well. So,
okay, so that's not such a curiosity driver because it's more well known.
no, I think that what I mean is that like it's not that far-fetched in my eyes. But I mean,
Gotcha.
Jeremy, he's the client, so
Right.
if he feels, if he feels the readers wouldn't resonate with this, then I would trust his, his view on it. But a really good, I mean, just save this because this is just really good intel.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but nice work on these.
Cool. Well, I'm glad to know because it made my brain all kinds of scrambled trying to condense it so much. So
Yeah, I know. I struggle with that too because I don't write affiliate emails, and I saw like what he wanted, and so I had to kind of do it in that style. But the only thing, like, just don't use the same
Yeah.
verbiage from the control. That was something he told me as well.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Let's see, Harrison.
Hey, Sabah. Happy
Hey,
Thursday.
okay. What are you working on? Oh, that law of attraction or attraction methods.
Yeah, the attraction girls, not attraction money. Yeah, so basically it's the same dating product that I was working on.
Okay.
And because recently the sales page, not recently, but overall it's not converting that well. So I'm
Okay.
thinking just revamp the entire sales page.
Right.
And I put the original headline. I just feel it lacks something that really catches people. So I looked through a lot of the popular, best-selling products, and I came up with two.
Okay.
And also I put two short leads down below. Maybe you can just skim through it to see what stands out to you.
Okay. So yeah, I think Justin actually, didn't you post this before? And Justin, feedback on it?
Justin didn't like it.
Yeah, he didn't like it. I remember. And I could see his point,
Yeah, it's very vanilla. It's like people have seen it before. I agree.
Right. I mean, I like the dating playbook one, and I wouldn't even say coveted. I would just say secret, right? Like secret dating playbook.
Mhm.
Reveals 3. I don't like innocent steps. I don't think guys want to be like angelic about their dating, about their dating strategies. It's going to be like, reveals, like it could be, I mean, this is where, is it a 3-step? It is a 3-step solution, right?
Yeah, I mean, overall it has a lot of content, but one section is about his 3-step process to talk to women during the day, which is a pretty good process. I would say a lot of guys are using it, and there's nothing magical about it. It's basically like 3-step, but it does work. That's what I would say. And it has a name. It's called CQC method. So maybe I can just put into the headline. Just say reveals this. It's like whatever infamous CQC method to trigger whatever.
You could. I wonder if the triggering instant attraction do you think triggering instant attraction is the thing that that guys are looking for? Because I think that's really the underlying message of the headline that didn't work as well.
Yeah.
Right.
We did survey our list, and they kind of like this idea, like triggering instant attraction.
Okay. If you survey the list, then yeah, definitely use it.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not selling to our list; we're selling to cold traffic. So right now, I'm just thinking if there's a distance, because our list does know more about dating than the general
Right.
audience. Yeah.
Right. I would just, I basically don't say to access this secret. I would do something like secret dating playbook reveals the 3-step, like the 3-step solution. I mean, I guess you could use the mechanism to trigger instant attraction in the women.
Or maybe I can do some Google search ads to test the results, the benefit. One could be triggering instant attraction, or it could be make girls chase you, or
yeah, if you have the opportunity, if you have the option to test like that, I would.
Yeah.
Because you might find like that immediate benefit is different from what we think it is, right?
Yeah. Because I was just watching the Dan Ferrari's talk from last November, no,
Right.
September. Yeah, it just popped up to my mind again. It's like,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
should have done it before I wrote out a copy.
That's a smart, no, that's a
Yeah.
very smart way to test. And yeah, I would recommend it if you have the ability to do it. I would also just change into, I would just say like in the woman of your dreams, right? Because most guys have like this one idea of the woman of their dreams. So it's,
To singular.
yeah, just make it singular.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's helpful. And
Leads.
also,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
just like maybe the first a page and a half, and you can just skim through it. I have a question about, because it is a pretty cheap ebook. It's $5,
Okay.
and I'm just thinking about how much or how long the letter should be. And our current letter is about, the VSL is about 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been a good 6-7 minutes talking about kind of like prepping them up to the product reveal. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, but also watch some other, like one of them is the Sell Like Crazy, that
Yep.
that book, and it pretty much like 2-3 minutes, and I scripted out as like 300 words or something. So yeah, just like it seems like there's different ways that can go about it.
There are. I mean, if you have a really powerful, because if you think like how to sell like crazy, if we were to break that down, he's very, very clear and direct about what the immediate benefits are of getting the book, right? It's like if you just read it and listen to his video, he makes it very clear, like in the lead and everything, that if you're struggling with this, or if you want to take, if you want to learn, how to sell virtually anything online is his whole thing. Let me show you how I do it, how I've done it for millions of dollars in sales, blah blah blah, with this method, et cetera, et cetera. Like it's very direct. So there, you wouldn't have the long the story lead at all for something like that. Because is it a free plus shipping book, or it's an actual just a product?
It's an ebook.
Okay.
Ebook. Yeah, we frame it as a book. We could frame it as a program, but as it's a book right now.
Is there a reason why they're not doing it as free plus shipping instead? Or because it's an intro product?
They are thinking of updating the book because the book is kind of old. So
Okay.
maybe that's one of the reasons. But yeah, I can definitely bring it up. Do you think that would be a more effective like positioning?
Basically, because then you could say get this dating guide or whatever completely free is how that would be the offer, and then just pay the $4.95 shipping. But I think even Sabri is doing this now with the Sell Like Crazy, is because he sells it international, right? And because of COVID and all the shipping, there's like a part of the when you're scrolling through it, there's a pop-up that says, because of shipping issues, it's all digital now. You don't actually even have to pay for the physical book. So you're still paying the shipping fee, but he has some like weird thing where basically now he's giving, you can get the digital version instantly, just to make it more appealing. So there's a way,
Oh, okay. But still frame it as a free plus shipping, but they're paying
yeah, if
shipping
you
for
can.
nothing.
Yeah, if you can,
Okay.
if they are going to do like print on demand or something.
Okay.
It just has a different like angle, right? When you say that you can get it for free.
Yeah. And the next one, I literally just modeled their framework.
This pitch, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like pretty shocking statement.
Pretty aggressive, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I definitely need to beep it out.
I mean, if that's the market, then
that's actually not the style of the guru. The guru is pretty chill back guy.
Okay, more conservative.
Just pretty relaxed.
Okay.
But I pretty much swiped the Sell Like Crazy script.
Okay. I mean, you got the right idea. I don't know if he would be comfortable, like, speaking in this way. You could just
Probably
soften.
not.
Yeah, I would just soften it, but you have the right idea. And this is, I would say, between the two, this is a lot more powerful.
Yeah.
Because think about it, like you're really talking about the desperation, the like that fear, that feeling of inadequacy, not being able to talk to women, always being scared. Like that's really right up here. And then this one, it goes, you've got the story,
flat,
but it takes a while. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I'll talk to him and see if he can pull it off. as well.
Okay. Yeah, and even if it's not a free plus shipping, I would still try and do something like this as the lead, right? The lead it
Mhm.
and just for the whole concept, because it is just a $4.95 book. You don't need to do a heavy, in my opinion, you don't need to do a long, heavy sales page to sell that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. I'll
welcome.
I'll probably bring it back next week as well.
Okay, good deal.
Thank you.
Yeah, try and get the Google test done before then, and we can see. I'm very curious.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yep. Brian,
Hey, Sabah.
hey. What are you working on this week? Are we still working on the Miami event?
No, it's something different, but it's one of the speakers, Nick.
Yep.
So they have a free consultation offer. So this is like an evergreen offer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like kind of like the same quiz funnel, where they'd be entered into like a drawing for that.
Oh, to win a free. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And this is, it's not linked to the event, right? This is just like a separate promotion.
No, it's not linked to the event. Yeah,
Oh.
totally separate.
Got it. Yeah, nice hooks, open invitation, want to hang.
Thank you.
And what do they do? Just enter their name and email to enter a drawing?
Yeah. There's like one question they ask is like, are you an agency or e-commerce owner or
Got
whatever, and then you enter your name, email.
Yeah, these are great. Really nice job on like your
Yeah.
CTAs. Hooks are good. And
Okay.
each one is different, which is really good. Like you talked about Nick in like several different ways, which is, that will give you the most data when they run these ads. So you actually see like what is, what people are resonating with.
Okay. Gotcha. So there's nothing like glaring.
No, not
That's-
at all.
Okay.
I mean, you might want to put emojis for the bullets.
Yeah.
That's about it.
For sure. All right. Sounds good. Thank you,
That's
Sabah.
great. You're welcome. Momcho,
Sabah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
What
Very
are you
good,
working on
actually.
this week?
Sorry, what's
What are you
that?
working on this week?
So I'm working on this welcome email, but what I'm worried about here is basically the tone of voice. So I turned in another welcome email, which was very direct response heavy,
Okay.
and the client didn't like it.
Okay.
And I was studying some other companies that are very friendly, and I was very worried about that because I had a client who fired me because I couldn't get into his tone of voice. Basically, he was a
Gotcha.
dickhead anyway. So, so I have this client right now who is not happy with my direct response tone, and I just wrote this new welcome email. And if you can just go through it, I don't know, it's just super friendly, and just go through the email and let me know what you think about the language.
Yeah. Well, do you have any videos of her or like anything? Of her
Yeah,
speaking?
I actually have. I watched like 2 or 3 hours of her being interviewed by other
Okay.
people, so I pretty much know what the CEO, how she's talking.
Okay, good.
But still, I'm very worried because I had a client who just fired me because I couldn't get into his tone of voice. So yeah,
Right.
that's
Yeah, I
that.
mean, I think I would have to see the videos myself to see if you've been able to match it. So do you want to, DM me?
They are quite. Well, let me see if there is something shorter. 1 second.
Yeah, because it will depend on how she speaks, right? And how,
Yeah, I think there was one shorter video, like 4 minutes, and you can just skim through it one.
Yeah.
I'm going to send it in the chat right now.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay, let's watch a little bit of it.
We're here at the Healthy and Natural Show in Chicago at the Navy Pier, and I'm talking with Tina. Just Thrive Probiotic.
Question. I love when people ask me that question because ours is completely different. 95% of the probiotics on the market are comprised of Lactobacillus bifidobacter strains. Ours is not. We do not have any Lactobacillus bifidobacter spore-forming probiotics. Swallow it, and when it gets to your gastric, it gets there 100%. So that's a really big, big factor, a big difference. Is the unique thing about a spore-forming probiotic, which is very, very different, is it has the ability to read.
Okay, so she's like really talks about a lot
I
of the
just want to mention here that she seems very scientific heavy.
Right.
You know, she's very relying on studies, and she doesn't like talking about people's pains and problems and going deep into that.
Right. It's very
Yeah.
like clinical almost.
Yeah. Boring.
I would just make like a minor edit. Like I would just do something like at Just Thrive, where we're all about living increasing enough to buy. Yeah, I think you have a strong match here. Like I don't feel like you're off brand or anything.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
because if I don't get it, I probably get fired. And I don't want that.
I understand. But remember, she could have her own idea. I mean, unless like, it's also, I think you posted in the group, right? Like, how do you nail client voice as a question? I didn't get a chance to answer you.
Yeah.
I would also
Mike,
add, like, you can, if the client like writes their own blogs or, writes like their own email sometimes, if you can get those, it helps as well, just to see like their style of communicating in writing.
Yeah, I have some of her emails. I guess email she likes. But what do you think about, the general tone of voice? Is it friendly? Because I tried to make it derived of any direct response elements, basically, just like super friendly.
Yeah, no, I think you have that part down. You might not need this many CTAs. So
those are basically the products, and I talked to, not to her, but to one of her people, I guess, from the company. They told me that they want to list a couple of different products in the email, because those email people are getting it who have asked for a coupon code, and it's just general type of people. It's not for a specific product, and they have a lot of products on their website. So I'm just listing out their most famous products here.
Gotcha. To basically take them to the store, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I think it's aligned with her voice, especially because she has more like of a clinical style.
Yeah, and she also seems super passionate when she's talking about those studies and stuff like that. So I try to make it, include some kind of passion in that email. It's good, right?
Yeah, I don't have any major edits.
Well, yeah, we'll see tomorrow what happens.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
I remember you can tell her, like, if you you can be open about it, that, hopefully I got this, but, I'm open to revising, or if you have emails that you've written and I can sort of like model that, you can just say, just put it out there that you're open to working with her, so that they don't feel like, look what he turned in, it's completely way off or whatever, which I doubt it will be. I think you're pretty close.
Yeah, the first version was super off of the mark. Basically, it was very direct response heavy. So I had this one right now, and I hope this one works out well.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sabah. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thanks.
Isaac. You still here?
Hey Sabah, how you doing?
Hi, good, thanks. How are you?
Doing good. Sorry, no camera time today. Don't have my hair done. I'm laying with my dog in my weighted blanket.
Well, you can't be on the call then.
Yeah, not trying to brag, but living the best life. But I was hoping you just kind of look at the lead on this one right here. This one is, I modeled it after Heath Wilcox. I think that's how you say his last name.
Yep.
The offer is a wellness shot.
Mhm.
And then now we're changing the positioning to, instead of just immunity stuff, it does joint stuff.
Got it.
So I was wondering if I could just take a quick look at it, and then the lead ends at where it says like, what is the wellness shot, pretty much.
Okay. Just a slight like modification on the headline. I would just do how this 37-year-old with a torn ACL runs marathons and climbs
Okay.
trails. It's just like an awkward sentence with the torn ACL with the weekend. It just it just gets weird. So I would just say the 37-year-old with the torn ACL runs the marathons and climbs mountain trails every weekend.
Oh, perfect.
And I mean, the quote then would be something like, I have a torn ACL, but that doesn't stop me from running marathons and mountain trails with my dog.
Awesome.
Right.
Yep.
I like that. It's throwing common sense out the window.
Thank you.
Is the sugar part, is this going to a sales page?
Yeah, we're going to an ecom page. Yeah, sorry, a sales page on this one. Yeah,
Okay.
it's been converting a lot more. So we're kind of just running off with the advertorials. Like I have another headline where it's like some bullshit headline where it's like the secret trick this one-legged marathon runner and mountain hiker is doing to deflate inflation.
Okay. Yeah, if you're going to a full sales page, this seems pretty long to me, but I guess if you guys have tested this, if you've tested this format and it's working, then obviously don't change it.
Okay. Is there anyone else I should be paying attention to advertorial wise? Like I know Heath is like, seems like to be the go-to guy. Like I modeled one of his, this is like the model, the structure is all like, I swiped his advertorial that like Stefan and Justin like
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah, no, I mean, give it like run it and see
Okay.
see how it goes. There's different ways to do advertorials, right? There's ways you can just do it as like a very intrigue based where it's just an article. It looks like a, you share tips or you share like a news story, like this guy with torn ACL is running the marathon. How does he do it? And then the CTA is check it. Here's how he does it. And it would go to the wellness shot.
Oh shit, dope. Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that way to do it too. But then there's this way where you're basically selling the shot right up front and, really making a big deal about it up
Yeah, we're
front.
finding that like the avatar Mrs. Jones, which is like a mom in her like early 40s, is liking to read this stuff and like feel like they're getting educated.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you. And then for the short one, it could just be like how you're talking about, just curiosity, click here.
Yeah. And
Okay.
click here to see the solution that's helped him run the marathons. And then it's like, here's the true wellness shot. This is how it works, and hopefully it's like a
Okay.
nicely made page. So, but yeah, I don't see anything like glaring otherwise, if you go with this angle.
Okay, perfect. And is turning off like and quote on the headline, turning off and then deflating inflammation, is that compliant?
Turning off joint pain. It's kind of borderline. I would say it's borderline. So it's like be the secret button to, I mean, the most compliant thing you can say is managing the symptoms of joint pain and inflammation, right?
Okay.
That would be the most compliant way. So if there's ways you can sort of do variations of that, you want to talk about, you want to don't position this as a solution to joint pain. It's the thing that with FTC would be like, no, don't do that. It's, you have to talk about the symptoms. So like, I guess inflammation is kind of the symptom, right?
Yeah. Okay, so my clients, they want me to they have me doing it where it's like, I have an advertorial for Google only, and then one for Facebook.
Okay.
And the Google, I'm trying to like, hey, we can't say this. So like, it's a cure. I'm like, we can't fucking say this.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
how can I communicate? Like, we'll get bent over and we won't like it. Like, we'll get punished.
I would just say, like I've done, you could just say, because there's a lot, there's a lot of like compliance stuff in the members area as well of FTC and, paid media compliance. And you can just say that, I know that, most FTC lawyers would not let you run like the cure angle or the reverse or the treat angle,
Yeah.
so you just have to be careful and think
Okay.
of, try and find some creative ways. So managing the symptoms of joint pain is safe. Helping, make living with joint pain easier. You can say stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just you have to get a bit creative. So when you approach your client, just, let them know and say, so given that, these are the solutions I came up with, and make sure you give them like 3 or 4 ideas, right?
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, I hope that helps. A really good
you're,
job
you're
on that.
amazing. You're a superstar.
Thanks. Glad I could help. Warren.
Hey, Sabah, you
Hey.
wanna just skip this since you got other people and you got to type?
What are we doing for time? 4 o'clock? No, why would we? Which ones do you need help
Just
with?
practice emails that I
Okay.
took off of ClickBank that I was working on.
Okay.
And if you want to look at them later, just go ahead and just let me know.
No, it's fine. We can go through them.
Okay, all right. So what these were, I cut them down at least 300 words for what he already had.
Okay.
And he was trying to sell in the emails, and so I cut them down. So, because he was selling himself in all these emails, so I, like I said, just pruned them down and took out all of his stuff and let them go to the video.
Okay. Yeah, this is tight. This first one.
So the other thing is last week you looked at those golf videos, and I
Yeah.
reached to Justin after the fact, and he goes, "Oh, you were right there at the cutoff." And he goes, "You just got to punch it up a little bit." So I know technically what punch it up is, but it's like when you try to do that into like these here, I kind of kept on thinking, okay, exactly what punch it up is. So if you have an example, it's like, okay, this is where you could punch it up a little bit more. I'd
Gotcha.
appreciate that.
I would just say, like, for this one's really tight. Like, you could, it starts out strong, and this is like a problem, for a lot of women, that they gain a lot of weight over 2 pregnancies, so they can relate to that. You talk about the popular plans, everything she did, made her hungry. I would maybe not do this. Was this in the original, the shopping list?
It was kind of part of it. He keeps on focusing on time and busy moms.
Okay.
Try to just tighten those down because he paragraphs of it.
Okay. So if I was to like, punch that up, the time thing, you could talk about how then being a mom of 2, that was the last thing she needed. Then she found this, you could put like shortcut solution or time saving solution that helped her drop, a ton of weight fast.
Okay.
So I would emphasize the idea that it's a time saving, and don't even explain that it's a game plan, because at this point they could think it might be a supplement, it might be a workout program, it might be a who knows, right? And that's essentially what you want. You don't want them to figure out what it is, because you want them to go watch this video and then see what the product is.
Okay.
So yeah, I wouldn't give away the clue that it's some sort of diet guide or book or something with shopping lists. But your flow is really good.
Yeah, now this one goes to a pre-sale page, and it was not congruent at all. So I changed the subject line to go what the page looks like when it goes there.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a longer one.
Well, that's still 300 words less than what he had.
Okay.
So basically kind of get rid of the stuff and make it more detailed. I mean,
It's a smoothie diet. So, you could even say, you could create some curiosity around this, like right before you get to the CTA. It's like, and this, this like, this liquid secret, or, I mean, you could say smoothie secret. You could say, like this, Basically what I'm trying to say is like, don't spell out that it's a step-by-step green smoothie plan right here.
All right.
So, you know, get creative on like how you can sort of create some curiosity around the fact that they're going to talk about green smoothies. So
Okay.
however you can word that.
All
And
right.
then same for this, like read why Rachel and other women are using this, you know, you could even say something like, you know, secret smoothie solution to drop weight fast, right? Something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, you give it away in here.
Yeah, he has a 3 email series that he had it all in there, and it was basically the sales page on 3 emails.
Got it.
And then he's also offering a $10 discount when you go to the video page.
Okay. I
The
mean,
last-
then if that's, and so you said basically shortened it, you basically shortened it.
each one was 300 words less. Now on the last email that I talked about, I kind of wanted a completely different path, basically talking about, you know, a 3-week commitment is basically what the 21-day.
Right.
And that's where I sold it. So maybe something like that, if I was to redo that, what you're talking about is focusing on that.
Yeah, the 21-day thing will resonate with a lot of people, right? Because I mean, even Beachbody did the 21-day fix, and that was one of their best sellers. It's because people like that idea that, oh, in 21 days you can have this massive transformation. So you can highlight that you know, 21 days is all it takes.
And he has a lot of testimonies on the video side.
Okay.
And then this is where I come up with the mind trick for lasting weight loss. And it's just, you know, let your mind think, oh, it's got to do something for a 3-week commitment. And that's because his 3rd email here was really long.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, here you would just highlight that all it really takes is 3 weeks or 21 days to make
Yeah.
massive change. Like that's really the underlying sort of message, right? I mean, honestly, if this is how the smoothie diet works, I don't know how it works, but it looks like you just trade one meal for this.
The 21 days is 2 meals, and you just eat 1 regular meal. And he has suggestions on
Okay.
healthier on the 1 meal, but you could still eat your regular food and substitute 2 smoothies.
Gotcha. So what is the mind trick then?
Well, the mind trick is just telling your mind all you got to do is for 3 weeks or.
Oh, I see.
And so that was, maybe I need to figure that out a little bit more, but that's what it was, is just tell your mind you just got to do this for 21 days. And then you don't have to think it's like a forever, because a lot of, you know, I've dieted my whole life. It's like, oh, I got to do this forever, you know.
Or even like 3 months, like most are like 12-week programs, right? So, so talk about, you can use words like, you know, this is like a fast track solution. This is like a shortcut. This is a, you know, this is a, yeah, just like a shortcut to results. This is, you know, a fast track. This is a, you know, rapid, I think you use rapid fat loss somewhere. Yeah, rapid fat loss plan.
Mm-hmm.
An accelerated, you know, a way to accelerate your metabolism, accelerate your fat loss in just 21 days. You can use that kind of language, and that will get people excited.
All right.
Yeah, but nice work. Every week gets better and better every week.
All right, thank you.
Keep at it. I think Mattia had to drop. I can message him separately. Lyle, are you still here?
Hey Sabah, how you doing?
Hi, good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you.
Good. Let me see what we got here.
Cool. So these are 3 emails that I'm sending to my email list. The topic is law of attraction, particularly manifestation, and they're really interested in wealth. And so I've managed to get the CTR on this list from 2% to 9%. And I just want to figure out how I can get it better. I wanted to run these emails through the PWAT method after this. But before I did that, I thought I'd just let you look at them and see how we can make them stronger, because I feel they can be stronger.
Okay. This is really good. Really good point. You don't see that explained like that.
Thanks.
I mean, you could tell you, so Elon Musk is really big on efficiency, right? And so, because that's how he built his like tech businesses. It's like, super efficient, super, fat, everything happens really fast. So you could emphasize, the whole idea of not using extra mental energy. Like he's like one of those entrepreneurs, just like Jeff Bezos and everything, that is like really committed to making everything that they do super efficient so that they can basically get
every minute counts.
Yeah, exactly. So you could, you could weave that in here because it would flow, it would fit with this message.
Yeah, let me put that in.
Yeah. That's a really good hook. A good angle. Then you got Beyonce.
I thought I'd try it and it actually worked.
Yeah, that's really good. She talked about it on some interview, didn't she?
Yeah, that's I was looking up like celebrities that talked about manifestation, and she was one of them. So
yeah. I'm sure Oprah is there too. You should check.
Yeah, nice. You should check that out.
Yeah, everything Oprah Winfrey, like people are gonna click on it. So
yep.
I like this idea that she let it slip. I would actually lead with that.
Okay.
Instead of saying she openly admitted, just talk about how she accidentally let her secret slip during the interview.
Cool. Lead with secret slipping interview. Yeah, that's cool. It's a stronger lead for sure.
Yeah. And honestly, the big thing here is, think about Beyonce. You can talk about how like she's always on tour working on her next album, or whether she's busy, right? That's the underlying message here. So how does somebody like that still manage to make time for, like a manifesting routine? And that's essentially like even celebrities do this. Yeah. That's aggressive. From the universe too. I'm surprised you didn't just put God in there.
Yeah.
This, I think you might need to flesh this part out a bit, because the segue, because I mean, it's really powerful that it's like, who's going to die, but then where does how did the learn to manifest part come in? There's that you need a little bit of a story in there.
All right, cool.
Transition.
This is actually a longer email that I cut down, so I can.
Oh, okay, you might have cut
out
all the good parts.
Cut out the important part.
Yeah.
Flesh this out. Yeah, that makes sense.
But nice work on these. Very good. Cool. Very strong
Thank
hooks.
You. Cheers. I'll see what I can do. I want to run them through the PWAT model and just see if it comes out stronger.
Yep.
But I'm so stoked that I've got like a huge bump in the click-through rate.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm just gonna see if we can get it converting, because it's a new list. So I've made like 1 or 2 sales so far. It's only about 200 people so far, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Keep at it. Yeah, you'll find if you're going to keep on testing, you're going to start to find the trends. That's really the key. Like you just have to keep putting new ideas out there, testing, fairly to make sure that you've got good data. And
like even a lot of the traffic comes from Facebook and Reddit, and I use Facebook and I use Reddit in the headline, in the subject line, and the click-through rate bumped up instantly, because they obviously came from those sources. They use those platforms frequently, right? So I've noticed.
Like, what would you put in the headline?
I was like, I found this something like this manifestation technique on Reddit, something like along those lines.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it bumped up the click-through rate from like, the initial email was like maybe 12% open. It was like really bombed, and then I bumped it up to 30% just by changing the headline to have Reddit in it.
Interesting. That's clever
Yeah.
because it's almost like you're giving them like, you know, check out what I found on Facebook, right? Or yeah, that's clever.
And they use those platforms.
Yeah. Nice work.
Thanks.
Lorraine.
I don't think you have time. Do you? No.
What time is it?
It's already 4:16.
We've got 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't expect that. All right. All right. This is so the nutrition letter that I wrote, my very first sales letter.
Yeah.
It needs some prayer and your help. Okay.
Is this the one? Is this the one that
the anointed health, the anointed
Yeah.
nutrition? Yeah. Oh Lord, it's my very first time ever doing this. So, basically, you can go to like the page 9. You've already critiqued the first part. You said that was fine, but where I ran into some roadblocks was after I got past the story, I kind of went, oh no. All right. And you'll see that at the starting point, page 9.
Yep.
When I start introducing, like he meets the guy, he tells them about the product and going to that mechanism.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we were like, whoa.
Okay, so here the congregation member.
Yes.
You tried everything.
So anything you can do for feedback is a big help. Go as far as you like. I will really appreciate it. I will learn and implement.
So he happens to be a doctor,
Yes.
but he's basically saying that he found this like alternative solution. Even though he's a doctor, he found this alternative.
Correct. Yes.
Nice. This is really good.
Oh. Wow, okay.
Can you talk about like what they discovered?
A little bit, but they didn't want to be, we can only mention it very lightly was the problem.
Okay.
So I really tiptoed around that. I just kind of, I could throw it in there for a little bit of credibility, but we weren't allowed to talk about it a whole lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where he's educating him on like how the nervous system works
Correct.
and why these pills don't normally work or supplements don't work. Okay. I'm not sure. It's starting to sound like there's like dialogue going back and forth, right?
Okay. Yes.
When you're trying to explain the story. So either do it as dialogue, like put it in quotes if they're having a
Okay.
conversation, or just do it as a narrator, right? Then
Okay.
like basically saying like, then he told me that this. And when I asked him about this, he told me this. Do you see what I mean?
Yes. If I can do dialogue, I would have, but I don't think I end up get away with that. So dialogue is fine. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Very good. Okay, so then you introduce the nanotechnology.
Yes.
Okay, so this is where the past, where he actually talks about the product. Did you look at some of Stefan's supplement letters?
I did. Yes.
Okay.
I did my best to. Yes.
Okay, nice. And this is where you go into the product. Yeah, I mean, I think you have it right. I would just be careful. Like I would just rework it so that you're either doing it as conversation back and forth as in quotes, or you're talking as a narrator, right? Explaining conversation. But you've got it right. Like the
wow.
Correct.
Okay, I'm surprised. Well, being my first, I had nothing to compare with, nothing to compare it with. I was just kind of winging it. So, okay.
Good.
So about just narrator or, okay. Wow. That's good to know.
Yeah, nice work.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm surprised to hear that on this very first one, but it was a lot of fun.
Good. Yeah, I know you went to town with this one, and you did a really good job of figuring, creating like a fresh story, a fresh take. So
Okay.
good job on that.
Appreciate you. Thank you. All right.
Krista, are you still here? Is she still on? Or do we lose her? Oh, I think she dropped. Is there anyone else? Yeah, I think that's all of them. Is there anyone else that I missed? If there is, just drop a comment. Otherwise, we will close out for today. Going once, going twice. Josh, there he is. Can you drop your link again? Sorry.
I dropped it. I dropped it earlier.
You did. I can't see it. Can you just drop it again for me, please? And I'll.
Okay. All right. Link and then Sabah. Boom. Okay. Did you get it?
Let me see. Hold on. Okay, now I see it. Oh, okay. This again.
Yes, I want to make
I've been
sure.
working on this all week.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna speak with the client tonight, and I just wanted to make sure that it was good.
Okay. Okay, so you got the intent thing. Are we doing this? Wait,
so I didn't get a chance to change that because I was looking at diffusion marketing. It's actually a term, and I know you said we're trying to figure out something along those lines. So I thought maybe you could help me come up with a mechanism.
Okay. I need to. What time do you need to send this to the client?
Well, I mean, I've already kind of sent it, so I don't know when he's gonna look at it. He says he's gonna look at it today.
Okay.
But I mean, he hasn't looked at it yet, so I kind of want to just like make sure I have the section good, so that when I put it in the script, the final edit of the script, it all makes sense.
Yeah. That's the only part I'm hung up on is what this is called. So I don't know if whoever's left on this call, if you guys have any ideas. Really, what we're trying to say is that, a lot of these coaches and consultants spend a lot of time, like doing multiple marketing things, like approaching multiple channels. They have to be on Instagram. They're sending emails every day. They're posting on their Facebook wall. They're, running offers. Like they're doing 10 million things. And really all they really need is the solution is they actually only just need one funnel that generates like high quality leads for them. And the solution is in this product. So we were trying to come up with like what, how to best describe that what they're doing is wrong. So diverse messaging, I was talking about like a diffusion, method or something, but Josh pointed out that diffusion marketing is an actual thing. So we can't use that. So if there's any ideas, I'm trying to think of like, or something of like an omnipresence, because that is a thing where the marketers recommend like having an omnipresent strategy where you're basically on multiple platforms at a time so that, you try and like gain market leverage, but that's technically not the ideal, the ideal way to do things.
Russ Rufino calls it the cross your fingered strategy. And I was like,
that's a bit vague. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be like, it's like the throw the spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks strategy, right?
Yeah, I originally had that written in there. You're throwing mud on the wall and helping them stick. We can call it like the mud throwing marketing strategy, mud throw marketing strategy, or something like that.
Yeah, or throw mud strategy. I mean, you could do that as long as you explain it. Like
The throw mud method.
yeah, the throw mud method. You can put it in quotes and be like, the throw mud method. You know, that's where you're just throwing, you know, you basically throwing content out there on multiple channels and seeing what sticks. People will understand that. It's the same, you know, throw spaghetti on a wall concept. But I would do something like that because I don't like this. I think you should change the diverse messaging.
Okay, no problem. I like the mud wall method or mud throw method or something
The
like
mud throw
that.
method. Yeah, I think you could do
Yeah.
that as long as you explain it, right? Just spell it out a little bit and then, yeah, because then that really is what this is, the unfocused, untargeted, scatterbrained approach, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's messy.
It's
just
messy.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, and you have to get your hands dirty, right? Like you can totally run with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Otherwise, you got it. Splatter marketing. That's a good one too.
Oh, splatter marketing.
Yeah. Nice, Lyle.
Dude, Lyle, you're a genius.
Yeah, that's good. Very good. Yeah. Do either do the mud method or the splatter method. I like that.
Mud splatter method. Keep it short. I like splatter though.
Yeah, I do too. Nice work,
okay.
Lyle. You get a high five.
Yes. You know what I think? I'll probably what I'll do is I'll be like, all right, client, I have 2 different types of mechanisms here. Which one sounds better? Mud
Yeah.
throw?
See what they and see what because they're going to be talking. They're going to be doing this on video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Both show them that you're such a genius that you came up with not 1 but 2
Awesome.
2 mechanisms.
All right, cool. Then that's pretty much what I got.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will wrap up for the day. Thanks, everyone. And I will see you guys on, I'll see you guys on Tuesday next week because there's an event here in Tampa with Justin and Stefan next Thursday. So Tuesday at 3 Eastern. I'll see you guys then.